Hi there, I just want to take a few minutes for this update today to share some what I think is really interesting information for Mythic Battles Pantheon. So in the last few days or the last week or so, between updates 188 and 190, we've learned a lot more about the upcoming Kickstarter campaign, which has been offered up as a reprint. So I want to go through some information that's come out, all of which I think is awesome. Some people might not agree, but I think this is really, really great stuff. So, first of all, update 188. Finally, we were given the details of what was going to happen with the stack clip situation. So, anyone who doesn't know, and I'm sure you all do, anyone who's got the game will know this. If you've got the core box, your stack clip will fit absolutely fine, completely flush, no issue. You can use it as normal. Anything else in the game, so whether that be in Pandora's box or any of the expansions or anything like that, your stack clip will be very loose. In some cases, it just won't fit at all. So, Monolith have now confirmed what they're going to do to fix this situation. They are going to give everyone some other clips that will fit into these holes on the back of the stack clip that will make it firmer on the dashboard. So that, they are saying, is going to fix that problem. Now I know that there was a whole load of people saying, I want new dashboards because what you're supplying doesn't work. I think that what they're offering now, good enough, absolutely good enough. So I think that's great. They also touted in update 188 a small image, a little circular image that was basically a teaser for what's going to be coming up. So it's the first indication of the new content that we're going to be getting. And it was kind of a guess, what do you think it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. So if you look on that, this is what I thought it was going to be. If you look on that, you'll see that we've got two Gorgons so far. We've got Medusa, we've got Stheno, or Stheno. Now, if you look at the little picture, the little circular picture, you can see what looks to be a foot. Now I think that foot looks rather a lot like Stheno's hand. You know, it's clawed, and I think it looks very, very similar to that. Now, I think we've got two Gorgon sisters. Where's the third one? So that's what I thought it would be. I'm wrong. We'll get to that in a minute. So moving on to 189, it gives an indication of what's going to be in the Kickstarter and what's not, and what might not be in there. So if you want Corinthia, the winged ape, along with some villagers, Ketos or Ketos, who was just the miniature, but his dashboard was in the Corinthia box, the art book, the RPG, the stack clip pack. So that stack clip pack was that if you wanted to use the correct colour stack clip for your content, you would use that. So you would have green for monsters, you would have grey for the heroes, you'd have blue for the titans, and you'd have yellow for the gods. That's not going to be available anymore, unfortunately. And I thought that was a nice touch, but look, it's not like we need more stack clips, eh? So those we're not going to get. Oh yeah, and the classic dice. So classic dice won't be in there as well. No mention of the RPG dice, so I'm assuming we're going to get it. Now, so none of those are coming back. The RPG book you'll still be able to order from Black Books, so that content will still be available. There's a few of the Kickstarters that are kind of, they're umming and ahhing, they don't know if they're going to be available yet or not. And those are the Paolo Parente's box, which I personally don't care about because you've already got that content. So don't worry about that. Yeah, we've already got Aphrodite and Circe, and we don't need her pigs, we've got her wolves, so that's absolutely fine, by me at least. although I understand that other people might be annoyed. There's a question mark over Oedipus and the Sphinx, which is kind of a double-edged sword for me. So for me it was one of the least value for money, because you only get 2 characters and all their information, that kind of stuff. But Oedipus for me was one of the best miniatures in the game. You know, his cloak with the Sphinx tailored on the back of it and that, I absolutely loved that. I really, really liked it. So I'm in a bit of a kind of mixed situation with that. But, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get it. I was also a little bit underwhelmed with the Sphinx miniature. So, we might not get that. And the other thing that we might not get is we might not get the terrain set. Now, the terrain set, I loved for the blue on Phallus. I thought that they were great. I thought that, you know, the columns are okay. But I thought the trees were pretty crap, to be fair. I didn't really like them. However, to be fair, I don't think they could be any worse than these. These, I just do not like these whatsoever. But you know, there's 1,000 places you can get trees for the game. Absolutely fine. Now, what they also spoke about in update 189 was updates for the existing game. So what we're going to get update-wise is 50 of the dashboards are going to be upgraded. So there'll be new information on it. They may fix a few errors that are in some of them and that kind of thing, but that's all going to happen. There's going to be a new rule book, so they'll update the rules and get the information there. So they're touting this as Mythic Battles Pantheon 1.5. So a new rule book. We will get a new rules reference sheet as well, to English and French, and I'm sure we'll get 2 copies of each, or sorry, 1 copy of each. I don't know about the scenario book, and I don't know about the getting started book. They didn't mention that in that update. The other thing that we're going to get to be 10 new cards. They haven't mentioned what they are, and all of that information will be available print and play as well. So update 189, a ton of information, all of it more or less. Very, very happy with. So that's great for me. I really like that. So update 190, we found out that we haven't got Stheno's other sister, but we did find out that we're going to get some sort of epic creature from the Norse world. So when I looked at the information that was on there, as I scrolled down, I saw this huge creature and I thought, that looks amazing. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty good at my Greek mythology. I couldn't imagine what it was. And I scrolled further and further and further, and what did I get to? Mythic Battles Pantheon Ragnarok. Now, I didn't know what it was. I'm thinking, well, I knew Ragnarok was coming. Is it an expansion? Are they going to have a new core game for what's happening here? I just didn't know. But I knew it looked great. I knew it looked really, really cool. So what I did was I started digging for information. So I looked through the comments that were on there on the Kickstarter, and then I looked at some conversations that were happening on the Facebook group. And one of the stuff that came out, and I love this. I think this is great. So that monster there that's coming out, it's going to form part of the new content for the new Mythic Battles Pantheon Kickstarter. That's going to be available, and it's going to ship with that. It's only going to form a small part of Ragnarok, which is going to be a full Kickstarter next year. That's the information that we got. I knew that we already had that, but I was a little confused by the image. But I think that's great. It also teased that there's going to be more new content to come, and we're going to find out what that is soon. Now, so what do we know about the Kickstarter? Kicks off on the 5th of June, so from time of recording, that's 10 days from now. So that's not long at all. We've got, there's going to be a number of pledge levels. I'm assuming there's going to be like an upgrade from the Typhon pledge to give you all the new content in terms of stat cards and all that kind of stuff. And there's going to be there'll be an all-in pledge that's going to be for all of the content available. So effectively that full reprint, new stuff, Mythic Battles 1.5, everything that you could want, it'll all be in there. So that's kicking off very soon. It's going to be a short Kickstarter. I think it's going to last maybe a week or 10 days, something like that. Important thing I forgot to mention about these little clips. Anyone who's backed the game previously on the last Kickstarter, you'll get your clips for free, but you need to ask for it. So you don't have to pledge anything on the new Kickstarter. They will send you what you need to fix your dashboards. If you bought 2 copies of the game, you'll get, I think they said they're going to send 20 of these additional clips, which will be, you know, enough for 10 characters, which I think is pretty much what we would need. I can't see us wanting more than that. If you ordered 2 copies of the game, you're going to get 40. You know, if you bought the game from someone like eBay or anything like that, you're not going to get them. But they will, you know, they will sort out according to what your pledge level is. They'll replace items to that. You will also be able to buy extras if you want them. So anyone who bought maybe the expansion box that had more Omphalos, some more Art of War cards and some more Omphalos cards, you'll be able to buy more. I think maybe if you have a conversation with the support team there, they'll probably send you extra. If you say, hey, look, I've pledged enough to get 2 games going at once, I'm pretty sure they'll sort you out. But that's it from me, really. I think that this is really super information. I'm really pleased that they have addressed a number of the problems that I've had from the previous campaign. I'm really pleased they've got some new content and that they are pressing ahead with Ragnarok as well. I think that's very exciting. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, please leave a comment to let me know. And yeah, I will catch you soon. I'll probably give you some more information as well. If we get more updates with more content and that kind of thing, I'll come back to you soon. But thanks very much. See you later.